The Augvape Druga Foxy. This was sent to me directly from Augvape, and this is a gorgeous but very simple 150 watt vape. So let's talk about it. It's a variable voltage, variable wattage device. It takes two 18650 batteries. It has a quick release atomizer feature, max wattage of 150 watts, and reads resistances between 0.05 to 3 ohms, and it's made of high quality zinc alloy. So the design of the Foxy is definitely a big selling point. It's an awesome and beautiful looking device. It's fancy, sleek, and shiny. What it lacks in features, it makes up for in looks for sure. And this is made of zinc alloy, which looks great, but man, is this thing heavy. That doesn't necessarily mean anything bad, just something to keep in mind. And actually one of my subscribers, Tony, he mentioned to me that he likes the weight because it makes it feel extra durable. And I think that's a pretty good point that I'd have to agree with. So there are removable panels here. And Augvape says that these are IML panels, and I tried to do some research on this material and I couldn't find much. I believe it stands for in-mold labels, which is a plastic design process that molds labels or designs directly into the plastic rather than using a sticker. And I'm not sure there's really anything special about it really, but it's definitely better than being a piece of plastic with a sticker on it. Now I would have liked for these to be made of metal, but then again, that would have made it more heavy and more expensive. So I can understand the compromise. Metal would have certainly made it feel more luxurious, but then the design probably would have had to use stickers. So again, I can see the trade-offs. And both panels come off, and from what I've heard, third-party companies will be making other unique panels that you can buy, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully we see those soon. One panel hides the battery sled, where you can place the two 18650 batteries, and there are indicators on the plastic showing positive and negative so that you know how to insert the batteries, but they are a little hard to see, so it would have been nice if they were more visible or colored. The batteries do go in a little tight too, but it's not too bad. Just make sure that you don't forget to put that battery ribbon under the batteries, or you will have a hell of a time trying to get them out. On the front of the device, you take the cover off and you'll find a little tiny screen. It might seem crazy these days to have such a tiny screen on a new device, but really that's all this device needs, so it works just fine. The one thing I don't like is that the window on the panel is tinted, which makes it kind of hard to see that screen. When you take the panel off, the screen is really bright and it looks great. If you lift the panel, you'll find the wattage up and down buttons so that you can adjust the wattage anywhere from 5 watts to 150 watts. If you hold the up and down buttons, you can switch to voltage mode. I think it's rare these days that anyone really uses voltage mode, but it is there if you want it. You'll also see a really cool design in the metal casing. And at first this confused me because I thought they might be touch sensitive buttons, but no, entirely designed. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's a really cool design that I think embodies vape culture. And what this is actually a bunch of mathematical formulas designed to help you calculate Ohm's law. But I think you'd have to be really good at math to get anything useful out of it. Personally, I'm terrible at math, so for me it's just a bunch of pretty pictures. Alright, and now for this new quick release feature. So this is something new that no other company has done yet, at least as far as I know. And Augvape says that they own the patent in China. So you'll see this switch here on one side of the device. If you push it, you'll see that half of the 510 threads open up. That lets you quickly pop the atomizer off the top so that you can screw another one in. That probably isn't going to be useful for most people because who changes their tanks or atomizers that often, but I'm sure some people might like it. You can still screw an atomizer on here like you would any other device, but you can use the quick release too. However, I would worry about cross-threading because you never know where those threads on the atomizer will be when the quick release closes on them. And there's one other benefit to using this quick release feature, and this was also pointed out to me by Turbo Tony, and it's a really cool idea. With all these vape devices, your atomizer will end up pointing the same way every time, depending on that device, meaning the airflow holes will always point in the same direction no matter how you try to position them. That can be sometimes pretty annoying if the airflow holes on a particular atomizer end up pointing towards your face, because e-juice can splatter out and burn your face, or if you purge your atomizer, blow into it first, you can blow the vapor right into your face. With this quick release feature, you can actually change the position of the airflow holes when it's fully screwed down. You just open that quick release wide open, push the atomizer all the way down as far as you can go into the position you want it, and then release the quick release. If the quick release button doesn't fully close, you do have to position it a little bit until it does. You don't want to leave that clamped down on the threads of your atomizer, but after a couple of tries, you should be able to get it. So that's it for the Druga Foxy. All in all, I really like this one a lot. It's a really nice device. It's simple, but it looks great. And if you're just a regular wattage vapor, I think you're going to love it. All right, thanks for checking out this review, and I'll catch you on the next one.